abbreviation of Project Statement of Work, PSAR. PSAR. Then number 6, Contract Statement of Work. Contract Statement of Work. Number 7, Responsibility Matrix. Responsibility Matrix. And finally, Work Breakdown Structure, WBS. Work Breakdown Structure, WBS in bracket. Do we get it? Or should I run it all over again? Okay, number 1, baseline. Number 2, charter. Number 3, communication plan. Number 4, critical path. Number 5, project statement of work. Project statement of work. Then open bracket, PSOW. You close it. PSOW. PSW, that's project statement of work, abbreviation of that. Okay, acronym of project statement of work, give you PSAR. Then number 6, contract statement of work. Open bracket, SOW, close it, SAW. Brother Enobon, Nccf Kwara will ask, Mr. David, if PSAW stands for PS, for project statement of work, why can we not say SCO as in no? Project Management Institute will give you 2 key. These are 2 key documents you need as a project manager in a field. You need PSAW and SAW. Why one PSAW stand project statement of work, which is the core contractual agreement that bound the project manager with the contractor or the company. Subcontract are written in contract statement of work called SAW. So number 7, all right? That is the one I called. Number 7 will be what? Responsibility matrix. Okay, responsibility matrix. And finally, number 8 is work breakdown structure, WBS. Okay. So with this, we can start the training proper now, right? Do we have any question? So if there's none, let's just go into it proper now. My driver. So we can start from the first slide, right? You've gone far. You go back. So our major focus here, we're going to look at the general overview of project management, which include the purpose of project management, activities of project management, responsibility of project management, and we're going to discuss what projects are, what project management is, and what project management generally entails. We're going to look at project life cycles and their phases along with the project processes and activities of project management. Then we're going to get a checklist and further materials we are going to work with, because when it comes to project management, for those of us that will make it big in this field, I need to encourage you. With your first degree in any field, you can add this as a career and work with it and become a professional project manager. Why? With your PMP certification, the next target is to do what? To get certification to Agile project management. And once you got Agile, you will name your price and you will name your field. Could be offshore or onshore, you name it. Then the last phase, which is Scrum project management. And you'll be known around the whole world. So it's a field that's wide open. The same thing will happen to HSE. In Nigeria, there's a field that's quite open in HSE, which is what? HSE auditors. You see legal practitioner with their office, a medical practitioner with their offices. But the HSE auditors, have you seen anyone and with their office in Nigeria? Yes. We have one here in Ilori and one in Niger State, Mina. And these 2 ladies were trained from NCCF Sokoto 2018 and decided to diversify into becoming HSE auditors. So we're going to tell ourselves what it takes and how you can go into it, make a career for yourself when it comes to HSE and when it comes to PMP. I've made mention of that. from PMP to Agile to Scrum, and you are good to go. You are good to go. So please, let's continue. So what is project? What is project? We need to write. A project is a unique endeavor. A project is a unique endeavor to produce a set of deliverables. From the word deliver, you have deliverables. It's not in the slides, that's why I'm trying to give them this to write, okay? A project is a unique endeavor to produce a set of deliverables within clearly specified time, cost, and quality constraints. I'll give it to you again. A project is a unique endeavor. A project is a unique endeavor to produce a set of deliverables. From the word deliver, you have deliverables, right? To produce a set of deliverables within clearly specified time, comma, cost, and quality constraints. And like I've told you before now, out of these three constraints, one is constant, which is quality. Thank you. Even if you are the only one that could remember this, I'm happy now that at least I've dished out something. So we said whatever you call project is unique in nature. There must be something you could be delivered. There must be something you are going to work to deliver. And this deliverable must have three constraints around it. There must be what? There must be time, cost, and quality. These are the constraints that will determine whether you are to deliver the project or not. So we say project is a unique endeavor to produce a set of deliverables within clearly specified time, cost, and quality constraint. So let's go through our slides now. A project is a group of activities undertaken to meet one or more specific objective, and this objective could include what? Solving a problem, building, upgrading a system, or upgrading a product, launching a product or launching a service, implementing a strategic plan, changing a process, or one of many other unique effort, and that is what we call project. So project can differ. We have from sizes, we have small size project, we have a simple project, we have a large project, and we have also a complex project. But because they are designed to accomplish specific objectives, projects are temporal. Hello? Is project permanent? They are what? Temporal. And they must have what? A specific starting date and a completion date. This is what you must add. Look at where we are coming from. We say project is a temporary endeavor that must have what? A starting date and a completion date. With a lifeline, this is the one that is not in your slide that you must put there. With a lifeline of 1 day to 4 years. So if a project exceeds 4 years, we don't call it a project anymore. We call it what? Program. Hello? Project is a temporary endeavor that must have a starting date and a completion date with a lifeline of 1 day to 4 years. While program is a combination of projects with a longer duration. From 5 years onwards, it is an ongoing project. Like Edwin will say, program is just like a church project. You know the end. And they fail because they don't even understand. If you understand project very well, you know that thing we call church project. It's not church project, but it's a church program. Are we there? So we're coming back there. We're going to get an example of it. We're going to get an example of it. So we said project is temporary and have a specific starting and completion date. Ongoing operation, just as running a maintenance facility or publishing a magazine are not project. However, performing aircraft avionic upgrade or printing monthly issue of a magazine are project. We say limited specific performance time frame and objective are how project differ from a program. So programs, we said, is ongoing. Okay, program is ongoing. It has a larger effort from 5 to 6. So what we have here will cover both program and project and product. So let's look at an example of project and program. Let's look at it. Give me that diagram. Yes. Look up, everybody. We have 3 projects here, right? Project 1, Project 2, Project 3. Each of this project will deliver it in 4 years. How many years will it take us to deliver this program? Do you get the illustration? Should I break it down again? We have 3 projects, right? Each project, how many years are we going to deliver it? 4 years. So the program, how many years will it take us to deliver the program? Huh? Louder. 12 years. Why? The first 4 years will deliver this. The second 4 years. The last 4 years. So the program is 12 years program divided into 3 projects. But if the sponsor of this program want you to deliver it in 4 years, is it possible? Yes, it's very, very possible. And how are you going to do it? If this program will need 18 staff to deliver it in 4 years, this will need 18 staff to deliver it in 4 years. This will need 18 staff to deliver it in 4 years. And you have 18 staff. The sponsor wants you to deliver it in 4 years. Is this still possible? Yes. So what will you do? No, are we normal? If you are normal, let's speak normal now. When everybody is talking, nobody is saying anything. So what do? We multiply by 3. So you will need more hands. But what do? You must not employ full staff. This is where you are going to bring in what? Contractual workers. Your permanent workers are how many? 18. And you will need more contractual workers of how many? 36. Are we there? Because the aim of bringing this worker is to deliver this program, which is now compelled to become what? A project. So bring the contractual workers, divide the experienced workers among these 36 contractual workers. And you divide them into those 3 units. 6 in project A, 6 in project B, 6 in project C. Then you ration the 36 among these projects. And in 4 years, the program will be delivered. Now, do you still call it in program after delivering in 4 years? It's now what? A project of 4 years. What happened to the casual workers you recruited? I'm making this class practical so that you see it when you are there. You will now understand why they bring in casual workers, and at the end of the project or towards the end of the project, what do? In fact, you will have to, since it's 4 years, within 3 years, 6 months, they would have delivered what? 98% of the project. You ask them to do what? Labano. That is the end of the project for those workers. So the remaining 2%, the 18 workers are completed, and you close out the project. You see how it works? Now, the next question is this. In 12 years, we are expected to perform all these activities. Now, in each year, how many activities are we to perform? Look at the graph. How many activities do we have in 4 years? 6, right? There are 6 activities that make up that project. So in each year, how many are we to complete? It's not up to 2. Is it up to 2? 1.5 activities. Are we there? There are 6 activities, right? In 4 years. So it means 6 divided by 4. So it's going to be 1.5. 1.5 in each year. So in 2 years, you've completed how many? 3. In 2 years, 3. So in 4 years, you have completed the 6 activities. What we have done practically is what we call what? Schedule management. Are we there? what we have just done now is what we call schedule management. I make sure I make my class practical as it could be for you. So what we have broken down now is what we call schedule management. So look at where we are. We said a project is a temporary endeavor that must have a starting date and a completion date with a lifeline of how many? 1 day to 4 years. So it means 3 days church convention. Is it a project? Eh? Or even, okay, let's take it from here. Your state conference, is it a project or a program? Good. Why? Because there's a budget attached to it. Or is it free? There's a budget attached to it, right? So mean there's a cost. And there's a time frame attached to that conference. And there must be a quality service that must be delivered within that conference. True or false? Now it means you have observed core project. But when it becomes an ongoing project, because I believe your state conference is an ongoing, within a year you could run it like how many times? Twice. It could be twice. Meaning it's an ongoing. Or could it be that after this year no more state conference? It's an ongoing. From project, it becomes what? A program. Just the same thing like our Holy Ghost service, right? With the first year, it was a program, right? First year, it was a program. It was a project. And after that, they become what? A program. And how old is the Holy Ghost service now? The Redeemer in the house? Any Redeemer in the house? The program is over what? 50 years. 50 years was marked 3 years ago. This is 53 now. And I was happy when Daddy said what? When you are to mark the 100, I won't be here again. Hasn't? I will call telling myself, what kind of man is this? Nigerians are scared of death. But this one is happy telling you, when you will be marking the 100, he will not be here. So it's an ongoing program. So, and he is seeing the ongoing, and he believed it will continue. So let's just look at it that way. So we use 12 years to deliver a program, and we use 4 years to deliver projects. But look at this. This is where the difficulty is terminated. Go to the next page. Yes. We say projects are successfully completed when the objective has been achieved. Projects should be terminated when management can say that the project will fail to meet their objective. Now let me do the final phase of that practical. What's the name? Tose. Tosin. Hello, Benny. Name? Victor. Tosi consulted you that she had a project that you help worked on the project. The first thing you are going to do as a project manager is to do what? Study that project of hers. In that case, you are going to do feasibility study of that project to make sure that the project will be what? Will be profitable. Why are we into project as a project manager? Is to maximize profits. Are we there? Our target as a project manager is to make profits. Now, Victor will not just rush into Tosi project. No. He will have to study it and see that that project will maximize profits. So the first thing he's going to do is to take a feasibility study of that project. And after you've done your study, you'll come out, oh, my dear Tosin, good, I'm going to undertake that project. That project will take the next 4 years to deliver. But if you have seen it that that project is going to be more than 5 years, will you tell her that it's a project? No. You're going to tell her, please, Tosi, this thing you are calling a project is not a project. It's a program of 5 years. A new program will be more expensive than project. Class, are we aware of that? Program will be more expensive. Then if you have seen it that it's going to be a project of 4 years, tell Tosi, please, I've gone through it. I'm going to handle this project of yours. It will take us the next 4 years. But the project will cost you 500 million. The next is for you to mobilize Victor into the project. Now, you were mobilized with a sum of 300 million into the project. And you were on the project for 3 years. After 3 years, you're going to do your what? Your project evaluation, your completion ratio evaluation. By the time you have done your evaluation, you discover you were at somewhere 63% completion. With this completion rate, is it possible in 4 years you are going to deliver this project? Class, from this explanation, will Victor deliver this project? He has been on it for how many years? How many percent completion? 63. Meaning annually, his company is giving us how many? 21. So, meaning the remaining 1 year calendar, he's still going to give us how many? 21. 21 plus 63. Is it 100%? Have we not seen that the project will fail to meet with? What do we say? Read everybody. A project is successfully completed when the objective has been achieved. Project should be terminated when management can say that the project will fail to meet with their objective. Victor, this project, will it meet the objective at the end of 4 years? Class, will it meet up with the objective? So what did the rules say we should do? So the next you are going to do, you're going to call a board meeting, your own company, your team will gather with her own company to review what was done, where you were, where you are, and where you are supposed to be. But based on the current development, you are going to terminate the project. What is the next thing on your mind? Victor, Omoda. Is that not? After spending 300 million in 3 years, and you are telling me the project will fail to meet with the objective, and you are going to terminate the projects. My dear, you get no one error. If you agree with Victor that you are going to terminate the project, you are going to pay more money to terminate the project because he has put in 1 or 2 things to get to that 63%. Or when you sit down with him to evaluate what was done to where you are going to pay more to terminate that project. Class, if you are in that shoe, what will you do? Pay more to close the project or resolve the project to continue? Because from what we have seen, is it money that is the problem here? What was the problem? Time. So in that case, we are going to relax the time. It's okay. Tosi will tell Victor, guy, Shane at the 4 years be the problem now, Abi. You are giving me 21. I give you extra 1 year. Right? Because your own target is to make sure what? Your project is delivered. And your own target is to make sure that what? You make the money. Now let's get to the project detail in this way. You are going to review the failure so that you can bring the project to line. At times it may not be what? Time. Another thing that could lead to a failure of a project is what? Cost. If out of when Victor did the course, January 2023, he was using the current market price of $1 to 433 naira to arrive at 500 million. By the virtue of subsidy OT law, May 29, 2023. Now, can you still be on that project? Because that 433 you use as a measure to arrive at 500 million. It has moved from 433 to where? 1,500. As in, are we normal in this country? What did you sell and buy overnight that you move from 433 to 1,005? And this generation, nobody is saying anything. You see, I just, great Ife in the house. You know, we have to identify with our own first. Yes. You know, we are the one that gave Abacha that high VP. In fact, we'll make this country ungovernable. In fact, they were looking for David. I have to enter boots to escape from Ife to the other side of Ondo State. And the military checkpoints was so tight because my target is Enugu. They knew I'm going to Enugu. I had no option than to go Owo, Konotelse to Edo, from there to Munede. And here I am in Asaba. Use waterways from Onitsha to Olumbanasa in Anambra, straight to Bologu in Enugu State. Uzowane down to 82 Division Barrack. After 4 days, I was in the barracks, and that's where, my daddy have held the presidency to ransom. If anything happened to my son, you go for it. He's not in Ife, he's not in Lagos, he's not in Enugu, and he's not in Zaria. So the fear then is that the attack in Ife might have affected that group of people. We fought for our own future, but you cannot fight for your future. Somebody have destroyed the country for the next 30 years, if you don't know. By the virtue of that silly pronouncement. You don't do things that way. IBB did it in 1986. That austerity measure. And people fought against it. And now they did the same to you last May, and nobody is saying anything. I expect people from age 18 to 35 to bring this country down. But no student will react, is that not? What did they give you as peanut? They gave you something now. Is federal government not giving you something? They call it student what? Student loan. Are you afraid to pronounce it? Student fund. Is it no student loan? Okay, fine. Is there any job for you when you rounded up to pay that loan? Is there any job? Just ask yourself that question. Anyway, I pity the next generation anyway. But for those of us that have dual citizen, whenever you guys are not ready, yes, we'll go, we'll leave you. And majority of them too leading you, they have dual citizens. We are at the edge. I keep telling my kids, two of you, you are not Nigerians, so boy, you are not Nigerians. Ne, you are not Nigerian. You are first from Sweden before you take Nigeria, because they take care of you. You are a citizen of Sweden. You see every month they keep calling to know you how far you are, your welfare and everything. Yes, because you are from Gothenburg. So any day Nigeria is not good to go. Okay? Because it's too painful. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let's round it up there. So please, Victor is a sponsor that can help you terminate a project. If the sponsor says no, you should continue, all you need to do is to review the project processes. Hello, class. Once a project will fail, don't terminate yet. You have to hear from the sponsor. Okay? If the sponsor says you must continue, the next you are going to do is to review the project processes. The essence of reviewing the project processes is to ascertain where that failure is coming from. So where will you run to? Time, cost, and the schedule. If you want to review, these are the 3 areas you run to. Oh, is this project failing because of the time? Is it failing because of the cost? Is it failing because of what? The quality. And that's why we say quality is constant. Don't tamper with quality. Hey, let me emphasize on this. Hello, please. Don't tamper with quality. Quality is constant. Remember the case of Synagogue Church of All Nations. The guest house. The guest house cave and killed 123 guests. The funny thing is that these guests are not Nigerians. These are foreigners who came for a program in the church that lodged in the guest house. After Accident Bureau came in for investigation, we discovered that what? There was error. Quality were tampered with. Right? From his design, he has what? 2 2-story building. I mean, what he had as a structure was 4-story building. How? Project manager to you by is 2. Structure, what you guys worked on? 4. How? Who is mad within your 2? Yeah, we need to know who is mad. The young man that designed the project says 2-story building. You that handle the structure says 4. You project managers that should know all about the project. So what happened? His excuse was that, yes, the church initially came up with a plan of how many 2-story building because there was no money. By the time we got to the first floor, there were too much money and we decided to increase it to, okay, you are the mad one among these people. What should they have done? Immediately money coming. What should be the next thing they should have done? Call the same architecturer. Ogbeni, we have had much money and we are going to change the plan to 4. What should we do? It's simple. He has only 2 options in place, right? He said that will reduce everything down to the foundation so that we'll have a foundation that will carry 4, or we are going to have inbuilt pillars that will take the weight of the extra 2. But those things were ignored. And after 2 years or 3, the structure said, I can't carry more the load. And he caved in. That is one example. Please, never you tamper with what? Quality. Then, those of us from Akwa Ibom, anyone from Akwa Ibom here? Good. Your former governor, what's his name? Udo. Before pastor. Is this one pastor? Eh? As in, sure he... God. Okay, let me not even go there. Pastor Omen, but the previous governor, Udo Emmanuel, our Father in heaven is faithful. They went for a Thanksgiving, Wednesday Thanksgiving, and the whole crowd were there. He over there knew that this auditorium would cave in, but he heard it. Because his lovely ones are here, just for him. So he heard it. And the service started as early as that 3:45, rounded up 5:45, and they all stepped out. The governor, the deputy governor, commissioners, friends and fellow, they were all in that Wednesday service. The last person that came in to check that everywhere is locked is the security man. And as he stepped out of the auditorium, what happened? He caved in. In fact, by the time Bureau of Investigation came in, we discovered what? The quality was what? Tampered with. Just imagine the number of people that this person want to risk their life. Then the Deeper Life in Badagry axis. It's the same thing. Quality was tampered with. And after Friday service, it caves in. The same thing happened in Gombe. See, church, I know why I'm bringing this example. Please, those of us that are involved church project, please, never keep, even if you are not part of them, but the fact that you are part of the church, warn them not to tamper with what? Quality. Please. Even if it takes the next 10 years to deliver the church building, provided they maintain the quality, encourage them on that. Is that okay? Because tomorrow you may not be in that church when the incident will happen. Will accident announce that I'm going to happen tomorrow? So please, never you tamper with quality, because you as a professional handling it, you are representing many things. Thank you. That takes us to project management proper. What is project management? Draw it down. Project management is that discipline that employs skills, knowledge to achieve project goals through various project activities. What are those activities? The activities include what? Involve controlling costs, controlling time, controlling risk, controlling projects scope, and controlling quality through project management processes. So project management include the following functions. These are the functions of project management. 4 of them. Let's run it quickly. Driver? Yes. The first function of project management is planning. Why do we plan project? The main aim of planning project is to do what? Is to establish the life cycle of the project. And what is the life cycle of a project? What is the life cycle of a project? Now, you see me doing the sign language already. The life cycle of a project is what? 1 to 4 years. I hope my attendance is going right. My uncle is going around, right? Okay. So, the first function is planning. So, you plan to establish the cycle. The second one is what? Organizing. And when you are organizing, it means what? You are organizing resources such as personnel, equipment, material, facilities, and finance. At the same time, you are coordinating works and resources. The third function is what? Leading. And when you are leading, we mean you are assigning the right people to the right job. Did we say you should assign your fellowship member to the job? Do we say you should assign your umunna to the job? The umunna meaning your kindred, your family and friend to the job. We say you should do what? Assign the right people to the right job. Whether they are Muslim, Christian, Hindus, Hausa, Igbo, Ibibio, Angash, Antiap, Egu. Right? These are all human. Provided they are expertise and they have the knowledge to deliver, that the right people, assign the right people to the right job. And finally, okay, apart from assigning them, you should motivate the same people, setting the project costs and goals straight. So I'm coming back to that motivation. And finally, controlling, meaning you are evaluating project progress and when necessary, applying changes to get it back on track. Let's look at this motivational example. And it's one of those questions when you are taking the PMP exams. That Victor took this team of his offshore for 3 weeks on a project. And after 3 weeks, he recorded a great success. Now they are disembarking. To motivate this your team, Victor, which of these 4 will you embark upon? 1 is right, the rest 3 is wrong. A, give your team member 1 week off duty to celebrate the success you had. B, take your team out on shopping to celebrate the success you had. C, call for a party to celebrate the success you had. And D, pay them bonuses, 1,000% of their basic take-home salary to celebrate the success. Class, which of this one do you do if you are the one in charge? You know you must do one. Don't try now. You have delivered, Let's celebrate this. Okay. We're going to go rest for 1 week. By next week, you come back. Or 2. Okay. I will take you guys out for shoppings. Okay. Buy whatever you want. And we are good to go. Or let's call a party. Let's celebrate the success. Okay. Or accountant. What's the name? Yes, now. Ireti, you are the accountant. Please pay all the workers that work with Victor offshore 1,000% of their basic take home. So that if my young brother, what's his name? Joseph. If Joseph take home is 300,000, he's going to get bonus of how much? 3 million naira. If, what's his name? Esther. Her take home is 400. She's going to get bonus of 4 million. You pay everybody. So which of this one will you use to motivate them? You are going to pay them bonus. You are going to pay them bonus. So somebody that is 300,000 monthly will take 3 million. Somebody that is 400,000 will take 4 million. So Ireti, as Ireti is giving that alert and you are the manager, you saw those alert. What will come to your mind? Your village is closer to you, Ireti. This thing you are doing. Say, what will you do, my dear? You take them out for shopping. What's the name? Chedu. I hope you know the rule of shopping. Men in the house, I hope we know the rule of shopping. When you said, Madam, I'm taking you out for shopping, you better know the rule, because in Nigeria, I discover we men are disobeying that rule. When you say you are taking a woman out for shoppings, first thing you need to do is activate your mumu device. Because you are going to give her what? A blank check. Okay? All you need to do is in the shopping mall, you have to do what? Keep rolling it while she's selecting. Okay? Keep rolling. Keep rolling and she will be selecting. When she's done, you drop your blank check. They'll check everything against that. Write the figure. You have to do what? Sign the check. Only. That's the rule. So if she picks something of 500,000, 2 million, yours is just that mumu device, you have opened it or you have activated it already. Keep rolling it until when she's done and you sign. But a typical Nigerian man would say no. Before you go there and disgrace me, let me disgrace myself here now. He will sign the check. If you write the figure, sign it, say, have it. So that when you are selecting, you are looking at the figure. If you select the one that is more, you are on your own. Why are we like this, Nigerian men? There's no more shopping now. So if you say you are taking them out for shopping, I'm going to you. You know what that means? If you are taking this team out, and this young man decided to point at 2025 brand of Toyota, you know you are going to buy a shopping. If Ireti got a lot of 65 million, she will need to check which department is coming from. It's coming from project management. What did you guys do that you have to do that? The next she will do is to do what? Block that account. Is that not? Before you have a problem, you have to solve that problem. So shopping is out of it. Party is not even an option at all. Because before now, what's her name? What's her name? Dorcas. She's the type that will resume as early as 7:30 on her desk. Because you organized party last night, this is after 8. She has not resumed. And when you call Dorcas, where are you? You say, oh, I'm tired. The hangover of yesterday. Look at what you have created. And we even said, you don't even think of giving 1 day off duty. Are you there? In a formal organization, there's no off. Are we there? The only organization that have off is what? Production line. If these 2 ladies are off today, these 2 ladies are in. If you are off tomorrow, they are in. So directly in line of production, is there off? Then you want to close down the whole department for 1 week because of one nonsense success you had. Your village is closer to you than that office. So the best form of motivation is what? Paying bonus at least 5%. At most 1,000%. And that's why you see the offshore workers, once they return, they spend money as if these are money not budgeted for. Today is 20 what? 29. If you are coming back offshore today, you'll be given your bonus. And by tomorrow, you still get a lot for your normal salary. Okay? That is the formal way of motivating your workers. Just adapt it. So next, we're going to look at what? We're going to look at project manager. What do you do? Give me that graph so that I'll explain that quickly. There's a graph. No, they're going back now. It's also going forward. Yes, this is project manager. As a project manager, you must understand working with. There are 3 types of organizations. There's function-oriented organization, there's a matrix organization, and there's a project-oriented organization. So if you find yourself in a function-oriented organization, this is what happened. You have regional manager, general manager, production manager, human resource manager, quality assurance manager, cost manager, procurement manager, project manager. This is where you are. Your power is limited. So you are answerable to all these affirmation managers. But if you find yourself in a matrix organization, the formation managers are here and you are here. So you have equal power. You see? You have equal power to the upper managers. But if you find yourself in a project-oriented industry, you are the one in charge. So they all look forward to you. So you must understand the structure and the power that is assigned to you as a project manager. Why? You need to know the level so that you understand the environment. You must have both management and technical skills to get the job done. please, we said as a project manager, you are not doing the technical work. You will need to understand the technical field. Just the ability to understand what they are doing, but not how they do it. Are we there? Ability to understand how those workers do it. Go down for me to those skills. Go down to the skills. Go, yes. So these skills, you need them. Right? You will need integration management skill, scope management skill, risk management skill, time and schedule management skill, cost and budget management skill, quality management skill, communication skill, procurement management skill, human resource management skill, and end value management skill. Look at it. In each of these skills, you have workers, managers managing them. Are we there? One of you got job 2 weeks ago, and I told her, she need to do what? Wake up, because she has been given a dual role. At the cost of negotiation, she has to negotiate for double salary. Are we there? She studied accounting. And now, out of 5 shortlisted, they pick her simply because she has a certification in project management. So in this case, she's going to work as an accountant, and at the same time, she's coming in as what? She's coming in as a cost and budget manager. So I said that is what they want you to do. Good. Instead of employing another person to be in charge of costs and managing, you are doing the dual job. So in that case, negotiate for double salary. And when she made mention of it, so you know how this works? Yes. And instead of 410, they have to make it 550. I said, you can do that. Why doing this? Make sure you go for more study. Or is your wedding at hand? He said, yes. I said, okay, fine. Tell that young man to give you the next 7 months before this. Because if that comes, you may not have that strength and the time. Sorry for diversifying. We do that as family. Okay? Yes, we do that. We have to. This is our home. Okay? We have to encourage ourselves. So you will need all these skills. But those workers are there. Why you need those skills? You need to know what they are doing, not how they do it. How they do it becomes their area of specialization. Are you there? And you must not depend on their own knowledge. Oh, Victor have 10 years experience in managing projects, so I won't bother to supervise him. Please don't do that too. Your own role is to do what? Monitor and control. So let's round it up with life cycle. Life cycle. Next. Life cycle. Yes, this is where the introduction started. Let's hold on for them. So we said there are 2 types of life cycle, right? There's a product life cycle and a project life cycle. Is that what we wrote down? Okay, let's look at it this way. When we talk about product life cycle, as stated earlier, it has a long period of time. How long is product? Product and program is the same thing, right? Don't worry. Are you in the WhatsApp group now? I hope we are all added to that WhatsApp group. If you are in that WhatsApp group, fine. If you are not, go and be added, because you're going to have everything all over in that group, okay? We'll have it all over in that group, the soft copy, so that you can make use of it. So we said program and product is the same phase, right? How long is the product? Ongoing. How long is program? Ongoing. See, hello, my baby, don't be confused. Listen to me carefully. I'm the one in charge here. Not her. You are not the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. Look at it this way. Product is ongoing. Program is also ongoing. If you said product is temporal, let's look at it this way. Coca-Cola. How old is Coca-Cola? Over 100 and something years. So when are they terminating or retire that product? Is it not ongoing? As far as you are thirsty, you consume it. But let me expose something. How many of us are lovers of Sprite and Fanta here? Don't shy you, because I'm going to expose something that you will hate it forever. Fanta and Sprite is deadly to the body. That Fanta and Sprite, if you have been consuming it, you've been reducing your years already. Yes. Thank God we are here. When you get to health and safety section, you see it very well. Fanta has 45% of benzoic acid, the same thing as Sprite. The benzoic acid your system needs. Biochemists, any of the biochemists within? Oh, my class is not complete yet. You will notice that your system needs only 15. And once you take a Sprite or Fanta, you have taken how many? 45. To tell you how stupid we are as in Nigerians, Coca-Cola gave you 35% to kill yourself slowly. And you decided to take 50% so that you can kill yourself quick. And I was made to understand some consume this thing, one bottle every day. Once they take their breakfast or lunch, Fanta to step it down. Jesus. So meaning you take 45 today. How many excess? 30. Per bottle you consume, excess of 30. Tomorrow another excess of 30. Next tomorrow another. How in one? Why? Why? And I was so happy. Last week, the case they come up because we get to know of this 2007. A Nigeria exported Fanta and Sprite to UK. And British Standard Agency run a test on the Sprite and Fanta and discovered it contained 45% of benzoic acid. And they destroyed the 6 container of that product and sent that Nigerian man to jail. So your plan is to come and kill the British. So when he came out of jail, he decided to sue Coca-Cola. The case was in court for 10 years. And Nigerian lower court said, yes, Coca-Cola, this you did is wrong. One, you are going to pay this man compensation of 100 million. That time, 2007. Pay him 100 million naira compensation. Write on the bottle, plastic or whatever of Fanta and Sprite that whoever is consuming it, just like the way they wrote on what? Cigarettes. You are liable to kill yourself slowly or quick. Coca-Cola appealed it. And the case was in court for another 10 years. 2017, appeal court. The appeal court said, it's true. You are going to write a bullet for people to be seeing it. Pay this man that 100 million. With the interest from 2007 to 2017. Still, Coca-Cola appealed it to Supreme Court. A serious country, what should we have done? Close that production line until the Supreme Court decide otherwise. How many Nigerians are aware of this information from 2007 to date? So if you made mistake to bring that thing closer to me, you see me the way I open it and I do what? Destroy it. Because you are not quenching my taste, but rather you want to kill me indirectly. So run away from Fanta and Sprite. And Coke. Coke was discovered 5 years ago with its own. I don't even want to mention because it's my own daughter that is working on Coke. And we must collect that 2 billion naira as compensation. So I don't give Coke to anyone. But if I must give you, what do? Water. And the water should be water that is certified. Okay, when we meet for HSC, you see which of the water we are referring to. Sachet water you call pure water. Is anything pure in that water? There's nothing pure. The water is not the problem. When we meet for HSC, you are going to see it. We'll come back later. I'll talk about it. It's not just the water, but there's something that makes the water not good for our system. Which is what? The sachet. That's cellophane. Once you produce that water and the cellophane, that contains the water, sees sun, that water has been contaminated. Take a sample of that water to lab, run a test on it, you see, it will be reading what? And that's why we say no to that sachet water. So a life cycle, give me the life cycle quickly, that diagram in product life cycle, leave it here. See product quickly, because I'm going to run over it. In product life cycle, this is what happened. You plan the product, take a decision. This product I'm going to take to the market that I've planned, will it work? If the decision says yes, continue to the next stage, which is what? Plan write out the requirement of the new product. What are the requirements? Once you have written out the requirement, take a decision. Can we go ahead? If yes, design the product. we call it design in project management. In some department, we call it pilot plan. In some field, we call it model. In some field, we call it design stage. In IT, we call it what? System prototype. You are saying the same thing. Design what the product will look like. Architectural, you call it what? Plan, right? Then you move to the next stage, which is construction of the product proper. And while you are constructing the product, your target is where? The market. Is that not? Your target is markets. And finally, you roll out the product for implementation. That is operation. So you roll out the product into the market for implementation and acceptance. And once the product is in the market, what do? From when you are planning the product, for instance, your target is to make 1 billion naira in 4 years. That's once you roll it out into the market for operation. In 4 years, you are to make a profit of 1 billion. So once you make profit of 1 billion, what do? You retire the product. But we say no. In the modern project management, it will be wrong for you to retire your product when your product is what? Maximizing profits. Are we there? Okay, your target was 1 billion. And in 3 years, you made 1.5 billion. And your manager said, what's your name? Okay. She came to you, sir. You know, when we started 3 years ago, we're targeting 1 billion for 4 years. And this is 3 years, we made 1.5 billion. So we want to retire the product. Now, what is the next thing on your mind? Hello, class. What will you do to this manager of yours? It's like the village people are after you. Not me, not my product. That we target 1.1 billion and we are at 1.5. Are you not supposed to celebrate? Call for Thanksgiving? And you want to retire my product? Please, go close to your village than here. You don't retire your product when your product is maximizing profits. What do? The life cycle of a product, we say is what? Is the length of the marketability of the product. Okay? Why project has a life cycle of 1 to 4 years. Product don't have a life cycle. The life cycle is what? The length of the marketability of that product. So as far as the product is marketing, the life cycle is what? Ongoing. And that's why you see many companies, they rotate it. So what do? You need to revolve around that product to hold on to the length of that market. And you could see the way product like Coca-Cola are doing it. From 25 CL to 30 CL to 35 CL, 50 CL. Have you not seen that product? It's just all about what? Holding on to the length of that marketing. Just to hold on to the market. And you could see that one, your toothpaste. Ask an average Nigerian to get you toothpaste. Please get me toothpaste. So what is this one saying? But ask that the same average Nigerian, please get me McLean, and he will get you toothpaste. You know, it took many people to understand McLean is a brand of a toothpaste. And they were the first people that head on to Nigerian market in the 30, 40, 50, 60s. The target was what? To hold on to the market for what? For 10 years. But they head on to the market for 40 years and they retire the product. Okay? When they retired the product in the 60s, what happened? Unilever brother decided to look at, okay, so the McLean brothers are going. You know, they are from Scotland, the McLeans. They are brothers from Scotland. Unilever, brothers from London, England. So they are going. No problem, it's an opportunity. They did not advertise because McLean brothers have created the market already. And the market is open. What did they do? They decided to close up the McLean brothers by giving you what? A product called Close Up. And Nigeria say, no, this is McLean coming in another form called Close Up. And we decided not to erase that name. We're still calling it McLean instead of calling it Close Up. And they pass that idea from 60 to 70 to 2,000. In fact, it's going with us. So what are we saying? We have created that market. Provided that market is open and you are selling, you don't retire product. All you need to do is to revolve around it. And that market is open. And you could see the Nigerian young man that came out with what? Herbal toothpaste. When he came with herbal toothpaste, he competes in the market. The product was good. And Unilever discovered that year that the profit margin dropped. And after investigation, what did they do? They say, they don't live in Nigeria, don't go with herbal. Say, The following year, what was the solution as a product manager? They came out with what? Close up herbal. Herbal. Right? So you need to revolve around that product. If you remain constant with the product, what happened? You are going to go out of the market. So you have to revolve around the market. So you now have close-up herbal, half ordinary. Before you know, another one comes in to compete. That one that is blue. Right? Or I don't want to market for them because they are not paying. And Nigeria move in that direction. Close-up, what is happening to our what? Unilever said, what is happening to the profit margins? They have left herbal and the other one. They are going with the blue, okay? Is that what you want? We also have blue. That is how to head on to the market. You revolve around the product. So let's continue now. So that is product life cycle. What determines the life cycle of this product is what? The length of the marketability of the product. And then you revolve around that product. Move to the next for me. Let's look at project life cycle. The project life cycle. So what is project life cycle? I need you to write it because it's not in the diagram. It's not just your slides. So put it down. A project life cycle is a series of project phases which are undertaken. A project life cycle is a series of project phases which are undertaken in either sequential or parallel order. A project life cycle is a series of project phases which are undertaken in either sequential or parallel order. Do you get that? A series of project phases which are undertaken in either sequential or parallel order. Okay? So that's sequential or parallel order. So in project proper, bring it down now. Let's see the two. The diagram, let me see. Something is missing now. Something before definition phase, there's supposed to be a diagram. Yes. Now. I know you jumped something. Even if I'm not saying it, I know it's here. It's step by step. If one is missing, you will know. Now, this is a graph of product life cycle. Remember in product, we said the first thing is planning, right? But in product is planning, in program is planning, but in project, the first thing is definition. You define the project rules. Then you move into planning the project. Once you have planned the project, you try to execute the project by completing the project goal. Once you have met with the project goal, you close out the project by formally tying up all the losing ends. So let's look at it in details. During the definition phase, what do? The top managers meet with the project manager, sit together, write out the project charter. So the project charter will contain, this is who the project manager is, this is what he is going to achieve. So we now move it into the project statement of work. That Victor, this is what you are going to achieve at the end of the 4 years. That become our what? Project statement of work. It will be a mirror that you are going to be looking at while working every day. It's from that project statement of work you are going to draw your plan. Your plan become your baseline. So that if there's any changes, you quickly go to the baseline and adjust it. See the way I'm breaking it down so that you can pick it up in detail. So during the definition phase, what do? The project rules are written in 3 documents. So if I get to Victor project site, I don't need to ask questions. I will ask Victor to give me that 3 documents. So if I have access to those 3 documents of yours, I will know where you were, where you are, and where you will be on a project without delay. And these are the documents you need once you get to any project site. First document is project statement of work. So the project goals are written in 3 documents. Okay, they are written. Yes, good. You will see it in the definition phase. That's where the explanation will come. Yes, go down again here. We say the document, the project, we say of the project rules are written in 3 documents. The document are what? The project statement of work, the project responsibility matrix, and the project communication plan. So if you have these 3 documents, no Jupiter, you will know where somebody was, even if it's Julius Berger, even if it's RCC, you know where they were on a project, where they are, where they will be. It's these 3 documents that will give you a guide. So the project statement of work, PSAO, establishes the scope of the project and documents what is to be accomplished. For an internal project, the PSAO becomes the primary requirements document. However, PSAO is not the same thing as a contract statement of work, which is SAO. For a project where much of the work is contracted, the SAO is a binding and contractual agreement. For instance, if Victor gets to side with this team of his, he decided to consult you to supply sound. The agreement between you and Victor, will she be aware of that agreement? No. The agreement between her and Victor Company is what is known as project statement of work. The agreement between you and Victor is what we refer to as a contract statement of work. Yours is a third-party agreement. Understand? Now, while on the project, he needed structural engineers. He consults you, and you bring in those boys. And you bring iron benders. Those agreements are written in contract statement of work. So that even when he's going to terminate the project, he will settle you first because you have provided your own service. The fact that the project is no more working and they are terminating it, now your business. You don't supply sand. You don't supply those structural stuff. The iron bender, they don't come bend their iron. Now, guy, so pay money and go. And that's why it's difficult to terminate a project because you're going to spend more. Rather, you allow the person to review and continue. Now, let me correct one impression so that we can move to the next stage and round up. As a professional, we don't have anything called abandoned project. So, hello? We don't have anything called abandoned project. Those things Nigeria call abandoned project, they are known as what? Failed project. From what we have explained before now, he said that the project failed to meet with what? Time. They failed to meet with cost, or they failed to meet with what? Quality. Is that okay? And in Nigeria, we are only good at that. When it comes to cost, we corner it. In fact, I often ring that bell. If you're opportune tomorrow to be a contractor, don't go and take any job with Nigerian Police Service Commission. No. Yes. Now me, they kick against them. They did something bad to me. I collected their contract, renovated Area B. For those of us that are familiar with Area B, Papa, I renovated everywhere. With how much they mobilize? I got loan from my bank to do that job, hoping that once I'm done and I deliver the document, I will get my balance. During delivery, they're like, oh, thank you, David, for a well done job. Okay. 1999. 1999, 2000, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is where your file will be. So we're going to settle these years before we get to your turn. You will hold on. Once it's your turn, we'll call upon you. As in. Meaning some persons have executed for you 2019. You have not paid. We are 27. Thank you. I have to source for money to pay that loan so that it won't accrue. And never then. And that's why I'm saying, before you go collect their contract, think twice. Oh, thank you. So you need these 3 documents, right? After definition phase, you go into planning. Oh, After definition phase, we go into what? Planning phase, right? Right? And during planning phase, what do you need to do? This is where you are going to estimate schedule, estimate cost, estimate resources required to perform the work. All you need to do is identify the critical parts. During planning phase, make sure you find out what is the critical part of this project. It's very, very vital. Critical part. What is critical part? Is the chain of interdependent activities that take a long period of time to deliver, but you look for the shortest means to get it done. Look at the practical aspect of it. If we are to tie this road from here down there, it will take 2 days. If we are to tie the same road with a bridge in between it, can we do it in 2 days? No. Why? That bridge will take us a long time. So it means bridge is our critical path. So we are going to look for a shortest means to get it done. What do? Our architecturer would have to come and design what the bridge will look like. Is that not? Have we gone to the field already? No. He has designed what the bridge will look like. Then we build a project office. In our project office, we are going to do what? Work on that design by building what? The bridge. Okay? We are going to fabricate that bridge out there. We'll cast and do everything outside. So that once we start construction proper, when we get to the bridge, what do? Those ones who have fabricated, they will bring them and fix them together, and off we go. So critical part is very vital. Which area will take us long period of time to do? Identify it. Then how do we attend to it quick? Devise the means before you get into field. So when you are planning, there are 9 plans you must have in your project management. 9 plans. So you have to plan for what? You must develop project plan. You must develop resource plan. You must develop financial plan. You must develop quality plan. You must develop risk plan. You must develop acceptance plan because your project must be accepted. You must develop also communication plan. You must develop procurement plan. And finally, you must develop contract suppliers. So by the time we are done, you go on. If in our group, you are going to get the details. You are going to get the details. So when you get to execution, which is definition, planning, the execution. Next slide is execution, right? Yes. So execution phase is very simple. You are going to have your planning as a guide. So if you have your plan done well, those 9 plannings, if you have those planning done very well, you are going to have a smooth ride during the execution, because this is where the real construction will start, where the deliverable will be built, and all you are going to do this period is to what? As a project manager, it's your time to begin to monitor them as they're building it. You monitor and you control. All you do at this execution phase is 2 rows: monitor, control, monitor, control, monitor, control. You hold your plan to be monitored. Okay, what are you doing now? Oh, Akpan. Okay, you guys are fabricating now. You go to the plan. Okay, stage 2. Okay, fabrication. So you are right. Continue. You monitor and control. Don't just relax because they are expertise. They can do it. Yes, we know they can do it, but you should monitor and control them. While monitoring and controlling them, you make sure you bring in what? You make sure you bring in all the management processes. Are we there? You bring in what? All the management processes. And there are 8 of those management processes, which is time management, cost management, quality management, risk management, issue management. I'm going to talk about that issue management, procurement management, acceptance management, communication management. So these management processes must be in place: time, cost, quality, risk, issue, procurement, acceptance, and communication. These are the management that must be in place. But you see, this issue management, you don't foresee them. So you must put it in place because it come unannounced. Anybody from Rivers State here? Rivers. Rivers. Now, on a place I go deliver project for the first time in my life, I get to know that this land we are marching, you must pay for it. These guys, they waited, we were mobilizing to the site. They no talk. The very day we want to start the project, the young man just came with his friend on bike. Hey, bro, when I want to start the work, say yes, so This land where una dey match since they bring everything to site. Una don't pay for matching grant. Say, which one be matching grant? Say, you not go pay for matching grant money now. Jeffrey, when are they? When are they come? It don't happen. So they no pay for matching grant money, they don't work. Within 10 minutes, they came on bike. 3333. The site is filled up. That is what? Issue. Already issues on ground. I have to go activate what? Issue management. It's okay, fine. We can't take care of all this crowd. Who is your leader? Okay, please come with us. The rest you can wait. We'll take them to the project office. Sit down. So in your own area, they pay for matching grant. Okay. Matching grant money. How much are we looking at? Say 15 million. Okay. How do we know you are the authentic people that will collect matching grant money? Say that for community. I say, okay, no problem. But this is what we are going to do. You are going to bring the community account so that we know who we are paying to. 2, another group will not come and demand for matching grant money. In that case, you are going to provide 4 persons that will be on this site. You stand by while they are working. So we are going to pay 10 million naira for matching grant money. We are going to maintain here until we are done on this project so that nobody will come and harass us for matching grant money. So we'll pay 8 million naira now. Once we are back closing the project site, we'll balance the remaining 2 million. So go bring your community account. So this thing we have agreed orally. Our lawyer will draft it. You will come back in the next 2 hours. While coming with the community account, you will sign. You, treasurer, secretary, and the chairman of the youth. Do you know what I've done? I've solved issue problem already. 1, that will pay 8 million naira now. Do we need to go get security again? Are they not going to secure that site while those boys are working? Now. So we do that. And after 2 years on the job, we delivered issue management. But the Lagos where we come from, the common issue management we observe is what? Omonile and their money. I should stand foundation and say, look, man, where are they? Men are they come? It don't happen. You will pay 500,000 for the foundation. You start building. When you want to do the deck, they will come. Look, where are they? They will gather. So, Oga, you are a better customer. Now that you want to do the decking, our money, 1 million. Because the higher you go, the higher the money. You now pay 1 million for the decking. They will go. You continue. Once you move to the second floor, as you want to deck, they will come and say, hey, you are the good man. This is the best business. Look, I told you. They begin to praise you, the project side, your project manager. Yes, 1, 500, 1 million, 2 million. You settle 2 million. You do the second deck. When you get to the third, you give them another 4. Now that you want to do the roofing, say, oh, Oga, why you want to spoil this business? Why you want to close this business? Meaning, they have opened an office in your own project. So in that case, you must open issue management. It must be there. It must be there. Now that you want to roof, instead of your normal 2 million, they will not charge 5 million because business close. Finalize. Thank you for doing business. And they go. That is issue management we are talking of. So you must create room because it's during the execution phase that all those things comes up. Even in some cases, they will not even want your workers to work. Like they did to my younger brother. He mobilized the engineer to site they were working, and those men came, stopped them working. And being a young man who has been in relation to the Nigerian Navy as a commodore, decided to mobilize the Navy into the site in 3 trucks. And they arrested all the Monile. He ordered them, whoever moves, shoot on sight. Engineer, please give them roll, let them begin to work. I will pay you when you have work. But if you decided to go from this side, kill the person. And he held them ransom for good 6 days. They were working with those engineers and on site for good 7 days. After 6 days, the 7th morning, the engineers said, sir, you can now come. He came, it's okay. It's time to pay. Hey, you have worked. I can pay you now for working. Pay them, how much you pay them, engineer? He said 7,000. Okay. For 6 days. Oh yeah. Pay him. Pay them. Say, when next are we resuming that site? Engineer say by next week Thursday. Say, please, my friends, come next Thursday. Let's complete what we have started. And I was there because I knew it's an issue. I wanted to see how he will handle it. And he handled it foolishly. Foolishly. I didn't advise him. I allowed him to do his way. And these men were leaving the site. You could see the anger in them. And you could see the way they were reacting. Oh, Lushomo Navy. Oh, Loribu Omo Navy. They were just doing that and going. And I call and say, young man, you have problem. This is where you want to settle with your children, Abi. You want to build your life in this community. These are your community members going and they're angry at you. Do you think you are going to live here peacefully with these people? He didn't bother. That uniform is the problem. And 2 years down the line, project complete, moved to the community, the wife put to bed, and they are doing naming party. He invited the community. With naval personnel, family, everybody were there, but the community did not show up. And he was angry. Big bro, there's a problem. My community people did not show. I invited them. I said, are you stupid? You remember what you did to them 2 years ago? You held them here. You held them down for 6 good days. Married men, young ones. They worked for you for 6 days. Now you are inviting them to a naming. What will happen when they come, you lock your gate and ask them to be washing plates? So you think they will not reason that direction. You have offended them. What I will advise you to do, issue management. At the end of the party, go and get cola, a wine, and we're going to meet the ballet. So that he'll summon his people. You apologize to them what you did last time. So that you can live as community. So he did as we said. We went there as family, apologized to them. Like, So this small boy is a commodore in the Nigeria. We did not know. We don't. No problem. He gave them his complimentary cards. So any little issue they have there, they call upon him. Any little issue, I said, that is how you live in your community peacefully. It's part of you. Because this is where you spend at least 90% of your days. The remaining 10 days in the village. So issue management in project is always there. Activate it when they come. Settle it amicably and your project will continue. Now, that will take us to processes. Just give me a graph for processes and I'll explain it. Then we'll go. No, go back. Processes up. You have jumped down here. This is scope. This is where we end the class. Yes. We said there are 5 processes to a project. Which is what? Initiation, planning, executing, control, and closing. So you could call this project initiation, project planning, project executing, project control, and project closing. We are saying the same thing. We are saying in every project, that project of yours, that is, you are planning 500 million for. You can start that project with 1 million instead of 500 million. If you have 1 million, you can start with it. What do you need to do? You have to plan based on the 1 million you have, right? Execute based on the 1 million. So, okay, let me explain it first so that you understand it. Let's assume in this project, we initiate it with this. When we are trying to plan it, it's times 2 of what we initiated, true of us. Look at what we initiated. When we try to plan it, see what we got. Is it not times 2 of what we initiated? Then at the cost of execution, look at it. Is it not times 4 of what we planned? If we go into this project, are we not going to fail? Class, are we not going to fail? We will fail. But what you do, right from initiation state, activate what? Control. Meaning you are going to initiate what you can control, plan based on what you can control, execute based on what you can control, and you're going to have a what? A good closeout. So instead of planning 500 million, when you know what you have is what? 1 million. What do? Plan based on that 1 million. Okay, you initiate on 1 million. I remember when I know the dream VIP was to have a big VIP farm. I'm a VIP farmer. And the nature of the farm I looked forward to in 2008 was what? We have a poultry, a fishery, and animal husbandry. And that animal is the money. Sheep and ram. And non-Nigerian useless variety of sheep or ram. We're looking at the Jacob variety, like the Malaysia and the Egyptian, because of the hair. Okay, the hair is the money. A kilo of the hair in the market as of this morning was $305. And the way God created that variety of sheep, when you shave all the hair today, 14 days time, it grew to the same size. Okay? So the target then was to have multiple of this ram and sheep in the farm. Keep shaving them. Place this thing online, and within 2 hours, buyer pay your money. Take your order to a lorry cargo units. Then we're using a lorry, but because of this bandit disturbing, we have moved everything down to Oji River. That's why I told you guys, here is my home. I got that blessing here. And the young man, this, as I'm standing, I'm still imagining that young man sitting at the end. We had crowded 108 attendants in this hall that day. And that young man was seated somewhere there. That gave me that offer. So we moved those sheep ram to Oji River Farm. And what those guys are doing majorly, keep shaving it every 14 days. Once we have a weight of 1,000 kilo, we'll put it online. Send it through Enugu Cargo Airport. Before we do send it through Ilori Cargo Airport, now we're sending it through Enugu Cargo Airport. But where we started, if you know how we started with what? 13 by 15. That is the space we had. But today you could not talk of haircuts. And we now diversify into what? Seedless cucumber and Israeli tomato. These two varieties. But there you go. Too much money. That seedless cucumber is better than the useless Nigerian cucumber. Yes. The Nigerian cucumber you could get as low as 200 naira. 200 naira. When you could get the seedless for 3.5, the least you could get. So if you are to farm, which one will you farm? 3.5 for one or 200 for one? You see. And the tomato, the useless Nigerian tomato, a basket will give you 12,000. But the Israeli tomato, a basket will give you 58,000. So which one will you want to farm? Can you see? So that is where we are. And it go a long way. And now I'm happy for many Nigerian young men and women that are diversifying to this area. See that Greek is the future. One of you is into hydro farming in Jos. I was happy that I lectured him with Nccf Bauchi 2013. So whenever I see him on telly, I'm always happy. Say, yes, I do this. And this young man work with it. And today he's going around using hydro farming, expounding it. Right? And any of us who know UU Farm very well in Edo State, UU Farm is part of this family too. Yes, UU Farm in Edo State is part of this family. So please, when it comes to planning, using little initiating, do it. Plan it based on that. Execute it based on it and close it. So activate control right from when you are initiating. Don't wait until that million come. Initiate based on little you have. Plan based on that little. Execute based on that little. Deliver and you close that. By the time you keep running it, you see the outcome. And that's why in human resource management, there's a pattern to success established using this little method by Anambra forefathers. And the world is trying to emulate it. We are studying it. You see that apprenticeship method? My boy, is a method that's changed things. And I was so happy for those fathers that brought that initiative. Okay? how to turn 500,000 initial capital in 4 or 5 years. They work on it. 10 naira, 5 naira profits in years. With that one boy, they've established well, and that 500 initial capital have been turned to millions. He will settle down one boy with maybe another 300,000 with some goods. He also begin to turn it around. He go in, bring in another one boy. We have studied that method is the best way to solve poverty in the world. But the Anambra generation of these days, they are staying away from that pattern. Which state are you from? Ebonyi. You and Enugu, you are not taking over that pattern. Why the real owner of that method, they stay away from it. So their father built a method that was nice, but the children stay away, and other people now have taken over. You and Enugu are now excelling with that method. So that when you go to Ukwonewe, is that young man from Enugu and Ebonyi that dominate both Ukwonewe and overhead markets. Where are the real children of the men that started it? They are in for what? Quick money. Is there any quick money anywhere in the world? Hello, class. Is there any quick money anywhere in the world? You must work for it. Thank you. Give us the last face and say bye-bye to this class, everybody. Project scope. Are you there, project scope? He's not there. Yeah, you are there. You tell me you are there now. Okay, we said the scope of every project is made up of what? Schedule, cost, and quality. Which one is constant? Right? If you say your quality in this project is 5, from the beginning to the end, you are going to work on what? 5. If you say your project quality is going to be 10, from 1 to, you use what? I gave an example last week in Umahia, and I told them, a bricklayer will assure you 1 bag of cement will give you 40 blocks, Abi. Send him out of that your site. He's a thief. Do you know what he's looking forward to? Project failure. 1 bag, 40. How? Meaning that block will be made up of what? SS sound. Block should not be more than what? If you mold more than 32 blocks, Ogami, you are going to start all over. So miss what will give you what? 32 or less. But if it's excess of that, something is wrong. And that's why it's difficult for them to bypass those who know what it takes. So quality is constant, but when it comes to cost, it can go down, it can go up. When it comes to schedule, you can relax it or you can adjust it just to meet with the timeline. Go to the next one. Let me read it now. So again, a manager can control any 3 of these 4 constraints. For example, if one chooses to control schedule, cost, and quality, the functional capability of a product may have to be reduced. Likewise, if one attempted to expand functional capability, that is requirement growth, while maintaining cost and quality, the schedule may have to be relaxed to maintain the balance. So, while working on your project side, make sure you do what? Put quality first. You are a good project manager because of what? The quality of project you offer. You are a good product manager because of what? The quality of product you offer. You are a good program manager because of what? The quality of the program you offer. So if you find yourself in any of these 3 fields tomorrow, please endeavor to maintain what? Quality. Are we there? Endeavor to maintain quality. With quality, money will come. Questions? Thank you guys for coming in. If you are not in that WhatsApp group, please make sure you are added in the next 15 minutes because the online section will just be follow up on that group immediately. Then we are going to meet for a brief night section for health, safety, and environment. Do you agree? What time are we meeting? This is to 6. Uncle, 7:30. So I will join you by 7:30 for us to continue with health, safety, and environment. And then we're going to lay more emphasis. Why most of you now need to go open HSE audit. You can start using your daddy's house as your address as an auditor, HSE auditor. We don't have them in Nigeria, and we only have two. This lady in Ilori here, she's doing so much. The other lady in Minas, she's doing so much. The Minister of Health, they are disturbing her. The sanitation units, they are disturbing. The Minister of Environment, they need their service. Consulting alone is so much money. As she's here, she cannot consult less than 300 million. A copper in 2018, 2020, she ventured into it and look at where she is today with 23 workers. And now you can do it. If you do, you can do it. We only guide you and you venture into it. Start it. You'll be recognized. You can start little. Just like we say, initiate based on that little idea, plan based on it, execute it. Once you have done it once, the next move, the whole world will get to know what you are doing. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate your time. Once again, I'm Mr. David Ojodomomeshak, the Director of Program with Growth International, Senior Consultant with System Edge and Data Edge, because I specialize in data warehousing. That's my area of specialization. And there are two warehousing in company in Nigeria that take care of your datas, your BVN, your NIN, your call, your bank transactions, anything that has to do with data. There are only two warehouse that take care of that. So if anything happened to those two buildings, everything about this country is gone. So we manage the warehouse. Okay? And that's why I keep telling people, no, like give me when you they call. Are we there? I hammer the last born of the house. University of Abuja. And I decided to see the young man. He's calling. He's telling me he's on campus. And I'm seeing him. Cow roundabout moving towards Zaria Road. Kaduna. I said, how? Boy, why do you say you are? I say, I want to enter campus. I say, in the next 4 hours, if I didn't see you close to Gwagwalada, you are in trouble. I will cut everybody. All the allowances you're enjoying, you won't see it. You are in Cow Road going to Zaria. Which will they find? Go there. Kaduna resemble Abuja. If you are kidnapped, 1 naira no go pay. I go tell them, deal with them. Anything you want, 1 naira no they pay. I don't have money for kidnappers. He said, bro, you be winch? How you know saying that idea? I said, it's not. I said 4 hours. It's better you know what to do. And within 4, he knew what would happen. Within 4 hours, I check again. Going close to Gwagwalada. Because a senior man, use your winch, I see where I did. Where I did now? I say, you are moving towards Gwagwalada. I say, hey? Bro, how? But he forgot that. Is that our warehousing officer is talking to? We use phone to update your data. We use laptop, palm top to update your data. We check your movement. Like my young man, what's your name? Pitayo. Tayo. We can easily identify this guy and know who is close to you. Very simple. That your close friend, I will know. He's a person you will be online with for long. Right? All I need to do is check your calls. I'll go through your call log. The one you call often, they will come. The one you call most will come. I will check the last time you spoke long. How many minutes? Maybe like you were online for like 30 or 1 hour. I will bring it first. Okay. Then I will play back your audio, what you guys discuss. Yes, now I use it for my pastor and he was like, Because he keep complaining to me, David, this is it. I say, come, daddy, I respect you. Mommy in the Lord don't have that issue you are thinking of. He say, the communication between her and that guy. I said, okay, don't worry, you go. I will work on it. I will get back to you. And he was shocked when I run analysis on that line and madam. And I look at when their communication started, it was pure business. The business that brought that billion that they are enjoying today come from that young man. As a man of God, they come your house, we go sit down, we need to apologize to madam. Me and you go join her and apologize. So I say, what? I say, we go join her. And he said, Dave, you don't come more. And I played that first communication that brother said, so is this brother that brought that business? And madam did not tell me. I said, that is the secret of what? Business. So you know the wine she did, right? Oh yeah, let's go and buy. Let's prepare so that she's coming in, we'll surprise her. I will have to. It was what's happening now, David. I said, don't worry. Okay, open your mouth, talk. So in some cases, we do this. This is what we study. This is what we work on. So in lifetime, work towards it. There are different projects. There are different products. There are different programs that you can diversify into. With this we are doing. See, these classes never end. We have a group already. Okay? If you are not yet in the group, make sure you are added to the group. At the end of tomorrow, we'll say continue to build this family. We started building this family in 2010. And we'll keep building. We'll keep building. Because we need network as Christians. We need network. Our children need network. Okay? And God in heaven will see us through. Thank you and have a nice day.
All right, please, can we celebrate Mr. David once again, our teacher? Absolutely, that's been very impactful. So I remember that before I came for service here, I got a job offer. And for the job offer, I was told to, you're supposed to scan some certificates, for that job. And it was a lot of money, and I'm not going to lie. So I went online. I don't have that skill. So I went online to quickly see any skill I can quickly take, or the course I can take, and then just quickly get the certificate, and then upload it and get the job. So I took the, what's it called now? I took the course in like 30 minutes, and then I wanted to apply for certificate, and I was saying that you have to pay $20. And $1 was about, is it not 1,000 naira or 1,2 as at then? So imagine 1,2 times 20. That's almost like 20,000 naira just for a certificate in 30 minutes. And look at what we've done now, more than 2 hours, and you are only paying 5,000 naira. You will never know when you will need the certificate. It will just come unplanned, and then it will just meet that season that you need it for. So 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, 15,000 naira is not too much to invest into the future. Can see some of the things that you explained to us that could be of benefit to this. Project management, one of us in the house, a father in the house, teaches people project management. And for 2 weeks, I think he charges 40,000 naira here in this house. In fact, he said if they are taking it for 1 month, it's between 60 to 80,000 naira. And we have somebody running the course here in the house. That's what we are getting for 5,000 naira. And they are not going to let go of your hand until you become a pro at it. So please, I want to implore you, if you are able to come also for look at some of the things that we've learned tonight. If you are able to come for the HSE, Health and Safety Environmental class tonight, please make it a date. So there's not going to be publicity nights tonight. So that those of us who want to be a part, which I strongly advise that many of us who have been here this night, I think that's going to be a lesser time. That one is just going to take us 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, or max 1 hour, 30 minutes for the HSC course. All right, so without wasting much of our time, if you have any question, don't worry. One amazing thing about this course is you can take the 3 and then decide that, okay, I think I want the certificate for this. And if you think that you want the certificate for the 3 of them, you can pay for the 3 in the end. The Lord bless us in Jesus' name. All right. Any other announcement, we'll communicate it in the course of the night. So all other activities for now, except upper room prayers, will be suspended because of this training as it continues. All right. Can we take our vision statement? I want to already go to ensure that core members encounter Jesus Christ and are effectively equipped to preach the gospel. All right, can we take our confession? Not already go. Isaiah chapter 50, verse 7. For the Lord God has helped us. Therefore are we not confounded. Therefore have we set our face like a flint, and we know. So for those who be interested, please once it's in fact 7:25, we should all be seated here already because it's very time conscious. The Lord bless us in Jesus' name.